The first time Clara saw her cousin kissing her boyfriend, she didn't scream. She smiled. Because it wasn't the first thing Sophia had stolen. It was only the last straw. And she had been waiting for this moment her whole life. Clara and Sophia were raised like sisters, cousins who shared secrets under blankets and stole snacks from the fridge. But Sophia always had a shadow in her smile. At 16, Clara was shy but radiant in her quiet way. She had the kind of beauty you notice twice, subtle, almost fragile. She also had a crush. Josh, the most popular boy in school. At the bonfire on their field trip, Josh smiled at Clara. "You've got really nice eyes," he said softly. Clara blushed. Her heart soared. Sophia saw it. And she couldn't stand it. That night, she dragged Clara to the bonfire. But when they got there, she hijacked the moment, laughing louder, leaning closer, until finally she kissed Josh in front of everyone. Later, Sophia slipped into their tent, smirking. "By the way, I'm sleeping in Josh's tent tonight." Clara cried until her pillow was soaked. The next day, Josh found her. "Sophia kissed me. I didn't want it." "I like you, Clara." Naive and hopeful, Clara agreed to date him in secret. She trusted Sophia, told her everything. But 4 months later at prom, Clara stood frozen as Josh entered the ballroom hand in hand with Sophia. They were crowned king and queen under glittering confetti. Sophia hugged Clara afterward, whispering, "Sorry, I couldn't help it. Don't be mad." Clara smiled weakly. She forgave. But she didn't forget. That was the first crack. In their final year of university, their grandmother died, leaving both girls a large inheritance. Clara's parents always favored Sophia. They adored her charm, her flattery. Sophia leaned into it. "Uncle, Auntie, I want you to handle my inheritance. Invest it in your business. I trust you completely." The words melted them. They praised Sophia as selfless. Meanwhile, Clara was called too calculating when she said she'd manage her own money. But Clara was playing a long game. She bought shares across energy, food, and oil. She diversified so when one sector shook, another held steady. Her portfolio bloomed. Quietly, she was building an empire. Sophia, meanwhile, was buying approval. In university, Clara met Daniel. He was different, warm, attentive, the kind of man who carried her books and listened when she spoke. Clara believed, finally, this is safe. But Sophia was always watching. She volunteered to help plan Clara's anniversary. She called Daniel to keep him company when Clara was busy. She whispered, "Clara doesn't appreciate you like she should." The night Clara came home early from class, she found them kissing on her couch. Her chest caved in. Her voice cracked. "Daniel." "Sophia, how could you?" Daniel stood, fumbling. "It's not what you think." Sophia tilted her head. Smug. "It just happened." When Clara told her parents, they shook their heads. "You're always so consumed by money, Clara." Maybe Daniel needed someone who cared more about him. That was the night Clara stopped expecting loyalty. While Sophia wasted her inheritance trying to impress Clara's parents and stealing men for sport, Clara grew sharper. She expanded her investments, started companies, acquired failing firms and turned them around. By 28, she was a billionaire. But she didn't brag. She stayed quiet, strategic. Sophia seethed. She had her claws in Clara's family, but money was the one thing she couldn't touch. So she plotted. She forged Clara's signature on board documents. She bribed executives to leak information. She whispered to Clara's parents that Clara's empire was luck, and that she was too reckless to sustain it. Bit by bit, Sophia inched closer to a hostile takeover. But Clara wasn't the timid girl from prom night anymore. She hired private investigators who traced Sophia's every move. The forgeries, the bribes, the offshore accounts. She quietly shifted her assets into shell companies, leaving the subsidiaries Sophia thought she was acquiring hollow and debt-ridden. And then she met Alexander Grant, billionaire rival, sharp-eyed, unimpressed by flattery. What started as strategic partnerships turned into long nights, then love. When he slid a diamond ring on her finger, it wasn't just romance. It was power. At Sophia's triumphant gala, she raised her glass. "Clara's company is mine now." The room cheered. Clara's parents beamed. Then Clara entered. The screens lit up. Footage of Sophia bribing executives. Audio of Daniel sneering. "Clara's so easy to fool." She'll never see this coming. Signed documents proving Sophia's fraud. The crowd erupted in gasps. The board turned cold. Reporters rushed forward. Sophia's face drained of color. Her parents looked shattered. More reporters scribbled furiously. Clara stepped forward, voice steady and cold. You took my love. You took my family. You tried to take my empire. But you forgot one thing, Sophia. Everything I touch, I build strong enough to outlast you. By dawn, Sophia's assets were frozen. Daniel had disappeared, and Clara's parents were on their knees begging forgiveness. Clara, you set me up. Clara's voice was steady, cold. No, Sophia. You set yourself up. I just let you believe you'd won. Her parents hung their heads in shame. Daniel vanished from the city. Sophia's accounts were frozen, her reputation destroyed. Her victory nothing but ashes. Clara walked out hand in hand with Alexander, stronger than ever, crowned not just with wealth but with love that couldn't be stolen.